There we go. All right. Alright, good to be back. But yes, for anyone who wasn't here earlier, normally I play Neofeud tomorrow, but Olivia was busy today, so we couldn't do our normal Ace Attorney stream. The Ace Attorney stream will be tomorrow instead. And then going forward, I'll be streaming, like next week, I'll be streaming Neofeud 2 on Wednesday again. But we're doing it today instead, because Olivia had something come up. Alright, oh yeah, last time I was a little bit stuck. I couldn't figure out what to do at the end of last stream. Yeah, so there's a like a Nostromo like that we need to get at, but there's something on top of it, and I couldn't figure out a way to like get it out. I couldn't figure out a way to get his head open. Oh, shit.
Hey, Liv, about this busted bot soldier? The Black Utropian soldier said this blue screen Nostro 1492 should have some digidog tags or something.
Yeah, it's a different generation of Nostro than you, but its tags should be compatible with your hardware.
Okay,
Nostro 1492? What does that mean anyway?
Nostro stands for Neuronally Overseen Strategic Terrestrial Robot Operator. A mouthful, I know, but you know how the macho buzzcut dick brains love their trumped-up acronym speak. Makes them feel special and wows useless politicians that push the big bucks to the millicorps.
What's the MO for?
Model 0, you were the first of your product line.
Right.
Oh,
but
huh.
Nostro 1492?
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure there aren't 1,491 other versions of me.
You're right. The Imperialists chose the number 1492 in honor of Columbus, one of their OG Earthling colonizers, who poured boiling soap down the throats of indigenous
he
Earth
sailed
people
the
for not
ocean
bringing him
blue.
enough gold.
Right. Okay, how do I get the digi-dog tags
How do
out?
I get the digidog tags out?
The neural verification device should be at the back of the cranial case.
Okay.
Son of a Bisberg. I can't open it.
Upon blue screening, that area seals up pretty tight to prevent consciousness counterfeiting.
You're telling me. Guess I'll have to get creative.
Let me use my cyber arm. Let's try putting some extra elbow grease into it.
This dude has such a hard head. It's sealed up as tight as a trillionaire safe, like the kind they hide behind paintings. I'm gonna have to go to even more extreme lengths to crack this egg open.
Okay, maybe this.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, try putting the barrel of your pulsar rifle at his eye level and aiming up, like you're shaving a reverse mohawk onto his scalp.
Mohawk? Like the military StarCraft based on the Apache chopper?
No, the punk hairstyle, never mind. Just try not to hit the lower rear of the head, or you risk frying the NVD.
Okay, there we go. I don't know why I couldn't figure this out last time. I guess I was just tired.
I've got the STDs, Liv. I've got them.
I don't think you want STDs, dude. You mean the NVD?
Oh, right. Yeah. The bite badge or the electro license or whatever?
Great. Now you should be able to simply plug that neurochip straight into your cybrain in the identical card slot of your Nostromo model. Your body's design should be backwards compatible with Mr. 6 Feet Under. Just try not to give yourself a cyber aneurysm.
Right. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh no!
Whoa! I had a brief taste of blue
What
in
was
my
that?
mouth and saw my short life cycle flash before my eyes for a second there.
Sensorium bleed can cause synesthesia as the dendrite crawlers traverse your neural network. And your entire persona and residual self-image has to be scanned and reintegrated into the chip. I know it feels like dying, but it's totally normal. Trust me.
Okay, I should be able to get past that utopian checkpoint if all goes according to plan. Alright, sick. Yeah, I don't know why I struggled to figure that out so much last time. I guess I was just tired. Alright, let's just go talk to him. Oh. Okay, I've already got that. I guess I'll talk to those guys then. Why are you making me drink water and Pepsi, Botched? Hey guys, hellion of a war we're having, huh?
Hey, Semper Fi, guys. Hellion of a war we're having, huh?
Get your pathetic ass back to the war zone and kill some insectoids, you damn steel monkey.
Of course.
Sir. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I've forgotten how shitty that felt. That was every day in the Colonial Marines.
Alright. Sergeant, I'm sorry. I'm in need of some repairs.
Sergeant, I'm sorry, sir, but I sustained actuator and chassis damage in the Ugoria assault. Nostromo is in need of repairs.
Nostromo? What is that? You think you got a name, you steel monkey?
Sir, no, sir. Nostromo Unit 13917 is in need of repairs, sir.
That's better. You aluminum apes start getting uppity and self-aware on us. We might have to pull the plug on you and all your whole damn bastard product line.
Sir, yes, sir. My mistake, sir. I live to serve you.
Damn right. You know how much it costs to build and train y'all toy
Average
soldiers?
person of color soldier
Sir,
experience.
With your permission, I should get to maintenance ASAP to prevent further bit rot and chassis damage, sir.
Yeah, you look like hammered shit tossed in a trash compactor, toaster. You pathetic waste of scrap metal. Get your sorry ass out of my sight and get cleaned up.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Hold up. Gotta scan that stupid chipboard brain first. All right, go on through. Maggot.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, like average black soldier experience in the U.S. military. Many hours later. Finally, the Utopian headquarters is in sight. Luckily, our black space marine ally helped sneak Baraxa past this checkpoint when it was his shift. Breaking into the East Calm Nerve Center is gonna be tougher, though. Alright, let's look around at some stuff before we do anything else here. What's this? Oh, poisoned water. More poisoning of water, destruction of native agriculture. Bombing. Do the Eutropians ever stop bombing? Eutropian presence. More Eutropian military occupation overseeing the stealing of dirty resources. Still no freedom, democracy, and human rights. Just killing spreedom and democracy and inhumane blight. Alright, what else is there to look at? Ugorian home. A Ugorian structure, but some of the Ugorian patterns have been erased. Indigenous nations flag. The Westites will probably force them to take it down, as they've done in all the New Americas, Isn't Reals, and Astro-Australias. Astro-Australia is great. I also like Isn't Reals as well. That's fucking great. But yeah, Astro-Australia. Hey, you're included? Yeah, Australia mentioned. As an Australian, I appreciate that. Western housing. Eurotroid settler colony of monotonous suburb. Or perhaps it's the military occupiers' housing. Kind of the same thing. Lawn. Eurotroid monocrop lawns. Heard these things waste tons of water, don't produce anything useful. Not that Westerners care. Yeah, the weird fixation with having like a lawn, like a neatly manicured lawn has always seemed so odd to me. Oh wait, I'm on talk now. Whoops. Eutropian banners replacing the native nations. Anything else? Alright, we knew Oron in Western clothes. A Ugorian youngster sporting a black leather jacket and jeans? Why is he in Yankoid clothes? And why is he scrubbing the facade of his house? Alright, let's go talk to him, I guess. Cause yeah, I think we've looked at everything else.
What in Yinlan's name is happening here? I must counsel this misled young one.
Right, of course.
Why are you removing our Wenyu Oran patterns, our sacred glyphs from the structure?
Ugh, this is nasty graffiti. I need to wipe it up.
This is our ancestry and heritage, and you seek to erase it? What could possess you to do such a horrific thing?
The Eutropians are teaching us better. We gotta get rid of these silly scribbles and join the modern world now.
No!
Plus, I ain't going back to prison.
He's an Uncle
I gotta
Tom!
finish this community service for the time I stole milk from the Omnizon grocery to feed my kids.
Oh
Our
God,
people can
no!
provide more than enough food, young one. If we can resist and push out this colonial occupation, stop environmental destruction, and resume our Three Sisters agriculture.
I don't know what you're talking about. We were just backward Indians till the Western Galaxy brought roads and electricity and stuff. Come on, that's common sense. Everyone learns that in school.
Oh no! Colonizer school has laid waste to our children's minds.
No!
What should we do now, Baraxa?
You said your sortie was to penetrate the Broken One's primary hive cluster?
You mean get into Eutropian HQ? Yeah.
The primary malignancy is a few hundred meters west of our world coordinates. Fort Washington, I believe it is named.
The base is just down the street from here? Great! We're almost there!
I haven't had to eat for 3 days. I feel oh god, yeah, I would be fucking starving. I wouldn't be able to concentrate on anything if I hadn't eaten for 3 days. Thank god the surgery's soon. Hold on, can
What
I?
in Yinland's name is happening?
Okay, I think this is just the
Why
same
are you
dialogue.
removing our way?
Yeah.
Plus,
Our people.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Okay, I thought maybe I would get more dialogue from, like, talking to him more. Let me see if there's anything else to look at while we're here. No! De-indigenized housing! It's hideous! A Ugorian house, stripped of all indigeneity. Signs of Christomancy and Utro star sequin slapped over top like brands on cattle. It's so tragic, so ugly and boring now. I have tea and toast. That's more or less it. Gained a ton of weight too. Really? That's maybe you have some like thyroid. Is the cancer like on your thyroid and your throat or something? Because that seems weird. If the only thing you can have is like liquid and toast. Oh, it is. Sorry, I was mind blanking then. I couldn't remember if it was just like throat cancer or specifically thyroid. That's definitely the thyroid acting up then, because it should be the opposite. You should be losing weight. If you can barely eat. Yeah, no, sorry, Nami. I mind blanked. I couldn't remember if it was just regular throat cancer or thyroid cancer. Winu Oran in flower clothes. Another Winu Oran in flower people digs? What is happening? I like flower people. It reminds me of mayo people.
Why do you wear those Utropian clothes?
Wear what? This is just cool modern stuff, Grandma. You wouldn't understand.
What wouldn't I understand? We, the Elder Race, have a nanotech enhanced Kaba cloth that is light years ahead of the Western Galaxy's cotton. You are hardly becoming modern, but rather adhering to an invader's arbitrary fashion norms, rejecting your own.
That's a bunch of crap, lady. One time, in history class, we were learning how in 2092, the Bisberg-Zuckerbuck Corporation sailed the nebulous blue, discovered us, and saved us from our savage ways. Anyway, I tried using my ho-ho time device thingy to speed the lecture up. Nothing happened.
Whole new device. And it will not work unless you have entwined your neuroengineering structures properly into the tachyon threads during your tribal initiation ritual.
Yeah, sounds like more BS. Who the hell has time for some dumb ancient rituals anyway? The old ways are stupid. That superstitious bullshit never got us anywhere. Oh, woo-woo, talking to plants and rolling in dirt and shit. Garden of Eden? Boring. Farming is so not a vibe.
No,
Perhaps
they've
I
been
cannot
seduced by
respect
Western
your
capitalism.
ancestors' teachings now. But what life path do you plan to walk then, child? Can you not see that the Utopians lead down those fiery infernos, pocked with pits of tar?
I'm gonna make a ton of money as a rock star. Maybe score big on Wall Street. Get a sweet mansion, some aero Lambos, a levitating jacuzzi.
Look at their wildfires, the mass extinctions of our relatives, our poisoned waters. They are strangling our planet for pieces of paper, as they have done so many others.
Well, who cares about the planet anyway? It's just some dumb rocks and grass and birds and shit. Relatives this, relatives that. Whatever, old timer. People are what matter. And me, numero uno, in particular. I'm also thinking about joining the Atropian military when I turn 18.
Oh
Wanna
God!
see the galaxy, for real.
How can you entertain such a notion? It was the Eutropian military that marauded our Eden, slaughtered us like cattle, befouled our pristine land, and is eradicating our culture. The unhealed descendants of Roman trauma have shattered you, beaten the language from your mother's mouth, bloodied the green face of Mother Planet. They've ran asunder our harmonious web, woven between rock, lake, plant, and animal over 1 billion years, wiping out fish relatives of the sea and the birds of the air, slaughter our cousins that crawl and walk upon her soil, all for dominion, for myopic self-esteem. And now you wish to repeat these Aquilan crimes upon the innocents of Cinderia, Toria, countless other words?
No way, that's just you old farts' commie propaganda. They taught us the truth in Eutropian school.
Oh, God.
That freedom-loving Ugorians and Venuorans just wanted democracy and civilization and nice bling and stuff. But you, old backwards types, are being authoritarian, stopping us from becoming a great Western country that we were meant to be. Well, I'm not doing no stupid socialist plant hugging. I'm gonna go get mine.
The broken ones now break our children, refashion our young into themselves, into agents of empire, into wendigos consumed by the void that cannot be filled. My heart cannot take this.
Why does the female alien have hoof-type feet, but the alien in the polo has regular shoes? So they're being invaded by the Eutropans, Nemi, who are basically like Space America. This is like a metaphor for the way that like the West colonized not just like the countries, but also the culture of other races, you know, like indoctrinating the people's children into their Western perspective and Western way of life. So like they're all dressing like humans now, basically, and you know they're cleaning the traditional like Venuran art off their houses and making, you know, like putting crosses and flags on them instead. You know? Yes, they colonized their feet. Yeah, Teo is correct. He got colonized, basically. That's why they're all wearing shoes, like all these ones. Although, like in a previous stream when I was playing this Nemi, we visited the Venuran capital that was like a perfect woke utopia. Hyper advanced with like quantum technology that could rewrite reality. And no one there was wearing shoes. Everyone was all super woke and like, you know, like hyper culturally in touch with the Venuran civilization thing. So it's meant to be showing how like the closer they get to the American military base, you know, which is the seat of American power overseas, the more Americanized everything around it becomes. Kind of like all the military bases that America maintains in countries all over the world to this day. I can excuse colonizing a planet, but colonizing their feet is taking it too far. Yeah.
Well, perhaps I cannot convince you to respect your ancestors' teachings now. But what life path do you plan to walk then, child? Can you not see that the Eutropians lead down those fraught-with infernos, packed with pits of tar?
I'm gonna make a ton of money as a
Oh,
rock
wait, I think I
star.
already saw this
Maybe
dialogue.
score big on Wall Street. Get a sweet mansion, some aero Lambos, a levitating jacuzzi.
Look at their wildfires, the mass extinctions of our relatives, our poisoned waters. They are strangling our planet for pieces of paper, as they have done so many others.
Well, who cares about the planet anyway? It's just some dumb rocks and grass and birds and shit. Relatives this, relatives that. Whatever, old timer.
Okay, yeah, we did
People
watch this
are what
before.
matter. And me,
Yeah, alright, I'll just skip through it. Yeah, alright.
No, but
The broken
Okay. End conversation. Alright. Let's forward. Is that a Donald Trump alien? A Ugorian in a Utro-human style suit. A Ugorian in conservative humanoid pioneer corps clothes, I think they call it. Oh no, a Kongori slave! A Kongori slave endlessly picks cotton. Oh god. Slave plantation? Oh god. A Utropian's cotton plantation harvested with stolen a Utropian cotton plantation harvested with stolen Kongori slaves placed on stolen Ugorian land. I hear this is how many Westies did their wealth accumulation, like the Americans. These still exist in Utropia, but they're called prisons. Yeah, they got a cotton plantation. Westian warships hang menacingly in the air, threatening to wipe out any native ziggurat, town, or burial site over some juicy pool of exene gas or mother lode of minerals, unless the attacked resist by any means necessary. God, the soundtrack goes hard. Alright, let's talk to this Donald Trump alien. Also, can I look at anything on the ground? No. Alright, yeah, I thought maybe I could interact with those symbols.
Hi there.
Thank you for your service, soldier. You know, I'm encouraging my boy to enlist in the great Utropian military.
No!
I'm sure you've got important duties to attend to. Don't mind the missus and I. We're just off to church to pray we become millionaires.
America
must
moment.
Be praised. Do you not see that wealth worship leads to the hunger that consumes power?
America moment.
God
We're just off to pray to
zuckerbucks
be
on
millionaires.
good men,
Praise
as the
Elon.
pastor says. And the only thing I'm hungry for
Zuckbucks.
is hot dogs and good old American apple pie.
Can they see the Christian doctrine of discovery was grounds for genocide of our people and the peoples of countless worlds? Sadly, Utopians do not educate, but train people's minds like they train their enslaved hoofed relatives into beasts of burden until we become self-whipping.
Surreal. Yeah, exactly. Prosperity gospel. Literal prosperity gospel shit.
Excuse me, miss, if I could just have a word?
Oh, you don't want to speak to me. You want to speak to my husband.
What? Why?
It's not a woman's place. It's just not proper.
Proper? Your Winu Oren president is a woman.
Proper? The Venu Orange president is a woman. You're not your man's property.
Women are to be viewed like beautiful flowers. Our place is to submit and obey our wise husbands unquestioningly. It's only right.
The trad
and
wife
natural.
propaganda
Well,
got her.
Your elder race can change gender just as easy as changing shoes. So how can Mr. Man control you if you just swap places? I mean, far as I understand, it's not an either-or man-woman binary. Like, there's a whole rainbow of identities.
Dressing up boys as girls, sex changing, these were abominations, our old sinful ways. But we're better now, thanks to Utropia.
Oh god, the humanity.
Sinful ways?
Yes, such as our disgusting
The humanity has
egg-laying way of
poisoned them.
procreation. Like insects we are. One of our original Venuran sins. Part of why we're a fallen race. I'm having my ovipositor removed and a genuine human-style womb implanted.
Horrifying.
Then I'll be able to give my husband so many babies, the way Lord Musk intended.
That's fucking nightmarish. Man. Alright, let's see if we can talk to the slave.
Hey, what you doing, friend?
Just picking that cotton like a good concord was meant to. Praise the
Oh
Lord.
no! He's an Uncle Tom too!
What do you mean?
The good Lord blessed us with 4 arms. Twice as many arms for picking twice as much cotton. Or mining twice as much zirconium and such. Praise Europe.
No way. No fucking way. Jesus Christ. What's that weird liquid you spray?
I see some of you Congory slaves.
Oh, we ain't slaves. We just unpaid employees.
Right, some of you unpaid employees are spraying weird juice on the plants. What is that stuff?
That's Groundup. It's a pesticide made from oil and mustard gas. Kills everything but super cotton. It's also got electrolytes.
Wait, you're telling me
Nice
you're watering these
idiocracy
plants with
reference.
gasoline, chemical weapons, and Gatorade?
Ain't no weapon. It's organic. Petroleum's made from old dead dinos and stuff. And electrolytes have what plants crave.
Yeah. We all know about Brawndo. They should be getting Brawndo.
Hey, Lith, that can't be right, can it?
No way. Electrolytes are the opposite of what vegetation needs.
It's bad
In
for
fact,
them.
they were chemtrailed over planet Idiocria to wither crops, causing famine and subsequent color
Idiocria,
revolution
nice.
to install pro-Western regimes.
Well, how come super cotton soaks it up?
Salt petroleum cocktails is what Frankenfruit craves. Cotton 237 is genetically twisted by big ag corporations to metabolize fossil fuel, leaving all other flora and fauna wiped out. Near-term sports drink and oligarchy mega profit, long-term wastelandification.
Hey, brother, who you talking to? You conversating with spirits or something?
Oh, yes. Just saying my Our Bisberg who art in heaven prayer.
That's right. How great are our lords. Glory be to the Zuckerbucks.
You fraud! You fucking fraud!
Hey, Olivia.
This is bullshit. This is utter
How's it
bullshit.
going? God. Just doing some Neofeud 2 since we have to do the Ace Attorney stream tomorrow. God. About this master of yours.
I think I overheard you mention a master while you were working. Who's that?
Master is nice. Master is kind. Master gives us our daily cornbread, all we need. Always been that way.
Did Master tell you that? Or did you
I'm
read
alright,
it
and I'll
for
stick it
yourself?
around. Yeah, I mean, I figured you were
Master
busy.
don't let us do much
So you'll
reading.
probably already be
Not
here
that
for
I
a minute or
knows
two.
how
Have a fun
or
stream.
nothing.
Yeah, all good.
But that's
I
just
hope
in my
everything's
dreams.
going well with
We
whatever it
Greens
is you're
ain't the
busy with
thinking
today.
types. We was made to work. That's why God gave us 4 hands. See?
Yeah, whatever you're busy with, I hope that's going well. But yeah, we can do Ace Attorney tomorrow. That's no problem. Jesus fucking Christ! I know this character is hilarious, but also very fucked up. Like, it's really sad that there were actually people like this. I got close to a girl, but then she broke things off. Weirdly, though, she just blocked me. I'm just confused as to why she blocked me. We'd broken things off a while ago, but we didn't have any contact since. Was she someone who had like mental health issues or anything? Because like I've known people who do that. Like I've known girls who were I don't want to say they necessarily had narcissistic borderline personality disorder. But I don't know, there's clearly something going on upstairs, very emotional and stuff. There would be times when, like, they would get really drunk and work themselves into kind of, like, an emotional tizzy, just kind of, like, you know, like, thinking back with arguments they lost, or just, like, things that they're dissatisfied. And basically what happens is they end up having a whole argument in their head, like imagining what you would say, and then just block you preemptively because they're so mad while they're drunk. Like I've known a few girls who would do that. They would get really wasted and then like block a bunch of people and then have to unblock them the next day. Because they were like, wait, why did I make myself so mad over that? She didn't have too many mental health issues, was seeing a therapist and things seemed normal enough. Ugh, that's kind of weird, yeah. I hope nothing too serious. Because sometimes people do that if they're like, you know, like going through an episode or something. Like they're trying to cut themselves off from people they care about. Although maybe it's more mundane. Maybe she started dating someone new and they just wanted her to block you or something. Because that's a thing too, you know, like some people, men and women, don't like their partner like being in contact with their ex. So they, I don't agree with that. Be an adult, trust your partner, like it's perfectly fine. Like, as long as they're not fucking, like, flirting with them and sending them romantic messages and stuff, who gives a shit? Like, they're an adult. I trust them not to cheat, you know? But some people do definitely get weird about that. So maybe that? I don't know. Also, follow up with this guy. They don't allow you to read?
You're seriously not allowed to read?
No, but it just ain't fitting for Kongori to read. It only causes trouble. Our race was made for toiling.
And how do you know that?
Well, Master said. Plus, it's in all them utopian science books Master sometimes reads to us. And in the Holy Bible, King Bisburg edition.
How do you know your master isn't lying to you about your own people and history?
Master is good. Master even gave me extra cabbage today because I picked 3 more bushels of asbestos wheat. Master didn't make me sleep in the Gorpa pig pen last night. Master is nice and kind. Master wouldn't lie. Praise Master. Praise Bisburg and Zuckerbuck and Great Utopia.
Asbestos wheat?
What's asbestos wheat exactly?
Asbestos wheat don't burn. You know, when them wildfires come through every month. Heard asbestos wheat maybe ain't too good for you though. It's got carcinogens, carcinogens. I know really. I don't know nothing.
Great. Well, that was horrifying. Alright, anything else to look at? Prisoners? Hold on, let me walk a little bit more over this way. Oop. Okay, what else can we look at? Tribune soldiers. A Euro Centurion guards the headquarters. He's got the usual, I've got a stick a mile up my ass look on his face. A razor-wide military prison looks like. Fuck. This looks like the Utopian military headquarters. I need to infiltrate. I gotta figure out a way to get inside. Can I, like, look around here? Wait, can I get... Hold on. Let me see what else is here. Is there anything else I can look at? I guess that's fenced off. Wow, you can walk so far back. Yeah. Well, that makes me think. I'm just like trying to use adventure, like point and click game kind of like logic to reverse engineer my way to a solution. Maybe what I have to do is use my super strength to rip open the military prison fence here, which will let all the Venurans flee and cause a distraction, and then I can sneak into the base. I'll go talk to the soldiers first, though, because I'm curious to see what they have to say. But I think that might be the solution.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I've got a major malfunction.
What is it, scumbag?
Sir, my Charlie has been fox-trotted by a full metal jacket.
You sorry excuse for a Marine? How dare you get shot in my beloved Corps? They left the best part of your chipboard chimp self on the factory's floor. I swear to Jobs.
Sir, I'm
I
very
swear
sorry,
to
sir.
Jobs.
I need immediate repairs before my snafu goes foobar.
Well, you imbecile. The repair shop's that-a-way. You're in the wrong gate's damn quadrant, you moronic glorified blender.
Crap, I won't be able to use repairs as a cover story. Gotta think of something else.
Oh, wait, maybe we take her in as a prisoner.
Prisoner from cell block F161. Uppity green gorillas again? Yeah, this one transferred from crematorium. Real troublemaker. What's this misbehaving greenskin up to? Distributing contraband, books, pencils. Those are big no-nos, you damn dirty ape. Looks like it's whipping and fireboarding time.
Whipping? Oh my god.
Hold on a moment, Sergeant. Let's show the kinder, gentler face of Eutropia.
Oh, but sir...
No buts, soldier. I'll do the talking now.
Yes, sir.
Who does
Your
this guy
Executive
remind me
Highness,
of? Something
sir.
about his face.
Oh, for Musk's sake. Look what you brutes have done to this poor woman.
Oh shit. Wait, is
The
that
pen
her
is
from the
mightier
start of the
than
game?
sword, one of our great earthling predecessors, Elon Shakespeare, once said. But pens in the wrong hands
Elon
can disturb
Shakespeare!
the natural order.
That's my
The
favorite playwright.
rules-based Interstellar Western order. You do know the rules against Kongori reading and writing are for your own good, don't you?
He reminds
We've
Yeah, he's like a Pete
well-oiled,
Buttigieg, isn't he?
harmonious system in place. It would be a terrible shame if another new Haiti incident were to occur. Sadly, so many Kongori had to be put down. And all because mass pamphlet printing got out of hand.
I mean, you brought it on yourselves.
You
Reading
poor thing.
pamphlets?
Manipulated by dangerous communist ideas spread by those vile Venusian insects. Look at the damage the eastern swarms have wrought. The Asioid scourge that infests our beautiful galaxy. A red virus that yearns to be cleansed by our brave starship troopers.
Spare me your liberal rascal, yellow peril claptrap, rich boy. I'm not one of your brainwashed voters, rat-racing workers, or murdering shock troops, Julius Beesburg Zuckerberg. I don't need a stump speech about sentient rights, freedom, and democracy.
Well, I mean, look at these roads, schools we've built for you. We're saving you. Don't you understand? Why can't you see? We're the good guys here.
We had zeros that spanned 100,000 light years before your amateurist highways tore through our lands, bringing only war machines in and stolen loot out. You can keep your schools. They are just mental conditioning centers, poisons for our minds. You have destroyed far more than you've ever built, Westerner.
Come on, be realistic. If we withdrew our forces from your homeworld, these horrific Venusialoids would swoop right in.
Venusialoid.
You'll be conquered by one empire or another. Better to join us and avoid the Venusian authoritarian regime like the plague, don't you think?
You are the plague of this galaxy, colonizer. Only thing more virulent than the smallpox COVID hybrids in your saliva is your venomous lies. The when New Orleans rebuilt homes, hospitals, transport networks, fusion cores, starports after your military scorched my native world into a wasteland, shackled billions of my people. The elder race helped break those chains, beat back your cancerous bases, and lift the trillions of us in the interstellar gutter out of poverty. Our exoskeletal relatives know more than you hellscape-making honkies could ever imagine. You can't divide and rule we many-armed of the Red Sun.
I love hellscape-making honkies.
Space-time brethren, as your Roman ancestors cleaved tribes in Egypt. Your Americans turn African and Asian against each other. The garden is awake, and you're done, motherfucker. Torture me. Kill me. It doesn't matter. Your Olympuses will fall. Your Buckinghams will be sacked. Your neoliberals will burn. All of the cosmos rises against you. Now, Julius, even the utopian masses, you should run and hide like your coward daddy.
You know, I'm truly sorry to hear that. I thought we were really leveling, really connecting, and having a cross-species, cross-class moment there. I'm sorry you still harbor such hatred in your soul.
Oh, the ultimate liberal response.
Rooted in the American dream, that one day our nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that all of us are created equal. Martin Obama King.
Take those misquoted,
Martin
misattributed
Obama
words
King,
out of
my
your
favorite
filthy
civil
imperial
rights
mouth.
activist.
Martin would burn your great-grandpa's empire to the ground if you all hadn't blown his brain out.
I can see you're getting very emotional right now, feeling very violent. So let's cut to the chase, shall we? Just give me the names of your rebel friends.
You're getting nothing from me, you sad little man.
Well, you will see things our way soon enough. Once the Cat O' Tails and neural sandpaper is done with you. And if not, the Thought Police algos will handle the rest. Again, I'm sorry you feel this way, but understand that this is all for the best. My heartfelt condolences for you and your people.
I'm sorry we have to genocide your people. You know, it's just how it is. Our hands are tied.
All right, you hot-headed knuckle dragger, let's go. Y'all ain't supposed to think. Everybody knows that.
What the politician said reminded me of something. How is Trump using the same excuse as Bush did to invade the Middle East? And why is no one calling him out or commenting on it more? I mean, I think people are, like, even conservatives are pretty against the war in Iran. If only in part because, like, the whole thing of Iran has nuclear weapons and we have to stop them, it's a lot harder of a sell without 9/11. Like, the reason why everybody was gung-ho about it back in 2003 was because 9/11 had just happened and Americans were losing their minds. There was no, like, 9/11 style attack. Trump just decided to invade Iran because, I don't know, he was bored. Nobody's buying it. I keep hearing conservatives say gas prices are high, but we're safe from Iran. That's just the most brainwashed and mentally cucked conservatives, Nemi. And the thing about them you gotta understand is, like, Trump could piss in their face and they call it, like, rain from heaven. You know, like, there's definitely a strain of conservatives who just, like, it's truly team sports to them. Nothing the party could do could ever turn them against it because they don't even think about it on any kind of level like that. They will just reflexively use mental gymnastics to justify whatever position. Like, but when Biden was in office, gas being high was the single greatest, like, problem in the entire American political system, according to voters. It's why they voted for Trump. Now those same idiots are going like, yeah, I'm proud to pay high gas prices. It's American. If it means we get to nuke Iran, then hell yeah, brother. And it's like, you people don't have morals. You don't have, like, positions or stances. You're too stupid for that. You just reflexively, like, warp your world view and opinion to whatever the guys on your team say it is. I had a friend who's a total Trumper, but even for him, Iran... Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, not that there aren't people like that, like, you know, that Nemi's describing, who just will never see the truth. But there are a lot of conservatives, I'm seeing them a shitload on Twitter, who are just like, yeah, I voted for Trump 3 times. Like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm anti-Trump now. He's lost his mind. And for a lot of, whether it was like not publishing the Epstein files or the Iran war, a lot of them have gone off him just because of how truly deranged his second term has been. You know, like, Trump 1 was crazy enough, but this time it's really... This time his presidency is, like, literally doing an exaggerated South Park-style parody of his first presidency. It's bizarre. Alright. That was too senior. The Red Star frontrunner. The one who was brutalized by the neoliberal cops. How'd she get here? Anyway, this does give me some ideas for ways to get into the Utopian HQ. Alright, first, I want to try my thing of, like, freeing the prisoners. Okay, that just doesn't work. Alright, maybe we talk to her about it first. I think I've got a plan, but I'll need your help.
I think I've got a plan, but I'm going to need your help. It's risky and we could be killed.
The Star-Spangled Romans have already taken so much from me. But moreover, it is mine to react north to aid Eden, to save our mother, and help our relatives across the Star Oceans. I will assist you in our mission to heal the broken ones, no matter the cost.
Thank you. Good thing you're Venu Oran, because Utropians only do things quid pro quo.
Squid promo? Westerners only activate peace their civil upon overlords. I did not realize the broken ones worship our slammy tactical relatives of the Tunian Void.
Squid promo. Alright, I'll need some actual shackles for my plan to work. There must be some slave wrist holders or something around here somewhere. Alright, maybe we get them from the Congorian.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have any shackles on you?
No, sir. Just my spooning collar around my neck. They only shackle us if we try running. And I'm a good girl.
It's too dangerous to try taking that off. There might be another somewhere.
Okay. Can I go in the house? I'm outraged by it all, but I've got to stay focused on my mission. and avoid blowing my cover. Maybe I go talk to the people in the prison. If I mosey up and start trying to talk to those prisoners, I stand a very good chance of turning my incognito status very cognito. I don't think that'll help me infiltrate the Eutropian headquarters. Hold on, can I, like, enter any of these houses? I bet if I could find this guy's master, I could. Can I walk down here? Okay, I can, actually. Can I interact with anything here, though, is the question. Doesn't look like it. Alright, Can I go all the way down here? No. Alright. Hold on, let me see if I need to talk to him again. Maybe he has some ideas on how to find some. No, it's just that bit. Alright, Is there someone back here that had shackles? What about this guy? Didn't he say he was a criminal before?
What in Yinlan's name is happening here?
Right.
Oh no, this is just the same dialogue as before.
Our people can. Oh no.
Hold on, let me walk further back this way. Maybe I'm missing something. No, that's all. Oh wait, that was new dialogue. I'm not gonna help young Uyghurs efface their own symbols. Watching this erasure is heartbreaking enough already. Can the houses be entered? I don't think so, Teo. I'll try. No, it doesn't look like they can be entered. I wonder if I can do anything with the poison water. Finishing my job of infiltrating the Utro military base will be the best way to help deal with this mess right now. The Galactic Silk Road and Red Star are counting on me. Let me just try talking to the other Venurans, or Wenuorans. Maybe one of them has dialogue that we can ask about the shackles. Try you.
Why do you wear those Eutropian clothes?
Wear what?
Okay, no, this is just the same dialogue as last time. Okay.
How
No, but well.
the bro.
Okay, let me try the next couple. Maybe I have to talk to the guards or something.
Hi there.
Or use
Thank you for your service,
use
soldier.
her alien powers on
I'm
the
encouraging my boy
on
to
the
enlist in the
Kongori
great Eutropian military.
slave.
I'm sure you've got important duties to attend
Okay,
to.
no, this is the same as
God.
before.
They seem sad.
Okay, you have anything else to say?
Excuse me.
Oh,
No, this is just the same. Okay. Probably not a good idea. Alright, maybe we do have to talk to the guards. Or maybe I use the laser cutter on the prison or something. Or on the jets? No, can't figure that out. What do I go see what she says, if she has any thoughts. Oh, wait, we already did that. We need to find the collar. Low-key, the hardest part of being American is 98% of everyone you talk to is just fucking human cattle. I don't know if it's fixable, but again, it's gonna take a while. Yeah, I mean, America is rapidly falling behind. Maybe that first cop, maybe. Yeah, I could try talking to him as well. There's a solution to the Epstein class, making a unitary executive branch theory real, but you're not gonna like it. Yeah. It's just odd to me, because, like, all of these people, like, rich, you know, politicians and billionaires and stuff, they are already basically living, like, a life of where they could have everything they could possibly ever want and live a life of unimaginable luxury. I don't understand what they get out of, like, trying to make themselves slightly richer by burning down American empire. Like, it's so baffling to me. It really is the Francis Fukuyama quote about how history is defined by struggle, and if there is no valiant cause for men to struggle against, because peaceful liberal democracy was total in its victory generations ago, then they will struggle and rail against democracy itself. They will struggle out of a certain sense because of boredom and because they cannot imagine a world without struggle, you know? We have to perpetuate this horrifically unfair economic system. We just have to. Otherwise, other people will do it and we won't, and that'll be bad somehow. We just have to let ourselves get ground into dust by the capitalist machine. God.
Excuse me, sir.
What are you staring at, can opener? Get your sorry ass back to the killing fields and wipe out the Vietnamite insects.
Okay, we didn't get anything from that. Maybe we can pick his pocket, though, to get shackles. Let me try that. I might be able to take him down without being caught, but I should use a weapon to make sure I don't screw it up. All right. I set my M5A2 pulsar rifle to stun with an extra dose of excruciating pain just for some payback. Whatever I'm gonna do, I better make it quick before this jarhead comes to or someone finds the body. Alright, presumably we take the shackles from him now. He had a set of Eutropian handcuffs and a shock collar on him. Could come in handy. Alright, nice. Okay, so now we add those to her. That idea has merit, but I better talk to Barack. Oh, I thought I already did. I guess I need to have the dialogue with her again. Okay, yeah, this dialogue prompt. Think you could put these cuffs and shock collar on?
Anyway, think you could put these cuffs and shock collar on?
Why would I define myself in these ferrous hand clamps and this neck-scalding layer of pain? Western mockeries of clothing they are.
I know. It's just a disguise to help us break into CENTCOM.
Yes, I see. I hope it will not be necessary to waterboard me, fireboard me, rob my orifices violently, or force me to play Russian roulette. This is normal policy of Westerners at New Guantanamo, according to my encaged family members.
No, I don't think that will be necessary.
They're just like if cancer was people. I mean, when you get into the more like Landian, discussions of capitalism, nasty red I mean,
I've
that's
thrown my
quite
Utopian
literal,
Stormtrooper
yes.
patch on to help pull this off. Now,
Capitalism
just
does
pretend like you're
operate
moving
to
from
the same
trauma
logic
after
of
being
a
beaten and
cancer.
terrorized by a settler colonial death machine.
I don't need to pretend, young one. I have been beaten and terrorized by your creators.
Right. Sorry.
But I understand your meaning. We, when you aura, comprehend subterfuge, even if we frown upon engaging in it.
You know, both are defined by uncontrollable growth forever. You know, capitalism is the logic of more forever. And that's what a cancer is too. It literally operates the same way. Continual growth until eventually it kills the host organism.
Prisoner F162 in for interrogation.
You know, like capitalism
What
is
did
doing
this
to
one
us
do?
all right now.
Peaceful protesting to protect water. I mean, terroristic activity.
And also literally killing the
Freaking
planet.
damn tree-hugging commie monsters. We ought to just take off, nuke the site from orbit, then get back to drilling oil after these roaches have been
Reagan
exterminated.
Dam.
If you ask me, anyway. But I ain't no West Point boy.
Right? I mean, it'd be so much easier without the vermin around.
Give him an extra round of electroshock and blowtorching for me. Via Zoom.
Blowtorching?
Sir, yes, sir.
Nice. Oh shit, we're in the control room. Is that a fucking picture of AOC in like a rainbow frame? I also see they've got Obama and Elon and Trump and is that Julius Caesar and the Queen? Never forget what you're fighting for, soldier. That's so funny. That's why I love the little "yes we can" next to Obama. Little "yes we can." They got the call of colonialism up there. God, I love these games so much. All right. Oh, sadly, I can't interact with the pictures. Imperial officers representing the inclusive empire of the Western Galaxy, led by Eutropia. We've got to deal with them before attempting to hack the Eutropian HQ. Got any of these? Nope. Coalition officers. I also like the different outfits. Like, some are dressed like Navy generals, some are dressed as, like, Roman soldiers, or in, like, you know, like, colonial explorer garb. What is this? Look out in here. Not a loss. I was hoping for more flavor text, but I can't really see any. I guess this is just an action sequence. We just need to figure out what to do. Can I talk to them? If I open my mouth, they'll just attack and alert the whole base, blowing the whole stealth mission. Can we rapidly age them into being old? I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Oh wait, what about this? There we go. Barax's reverse G-force is working. I've got to dishonorably discharge these war crammers before they worm their way out. Alright, time to laser gun them. I could accidentally hit the power core. I better think of another way to dispatch these levitating lackeys of Leviathan. Not sure how that's gonna work. Alright, what can we do here then? Is there anything I can interact with? I don't want to tap them on the shoulder, alerting them to my presence. I've got to think of a way to deal with them all at once. What can we do here? I love the cheering. It's very funny. Wouldn't this age them and kill them or something? I've got to do something here. There must be something else I can, like, interact with, I guess. You would think I guess I gotta take them all out at once, though. How do I do that? Wait, Ugorian? The fuck is that? My Ugorian ally Brax. Oh, I thought it was the picture. Okay. I thought it was finally interactable. Can I use this somehow? I'm blocking something? Can I interact with their chairs? No, it doesn't seem like it. There must be something that I can interact with that I've missed. Oh, look, there's a little Nazi flag there. I didn't just notice that. Oh, there it is. Big lever. There we go. Get fucked.
Well, that royal flush got flushed down the reactor core drain.
Each of those unhealed was responsible for the deaths of millions. For personal enrichment, no tears should be shed.
Okay, now I've got to get Lith's virus downloaded into their central system. Where exactly do I put the disk?
Useful big lever. Yeah. I figured, I was like, there has to be something else I can interact with that I just missed somehow, because nothing I can do can seem to you know, kill them all at once. All right, big button. Okay, now we can, now we can look at everything. Let's go. Some progressive candidate. A progressive candidate that voted for every war and interstellar sanction, intervention, and coup that came across her desk. How can you be progressive when you support killing billions of people and turning entire planets into ash? Utopians are nonsensical. Take that, AOC! Do better! Awesome. An F-135 starfighter figurine. Favorite attack ship of Johnny Lightsword from the Stellar Warriors Holoflix. Johnny takes out the Azoid's murder star by firing photon blasts into its reactor core, winning the war for Western democracy against the space commies. Super popular toys for kids, so they grow up eager to enlist in the Utro military and pilot one, believing they're fighting evil. It's sad. A map of a planet from 10,000 miles up. Can't be this one. Bison 264 though, because I don't recognize any of the place names. The Utopian-controlled hemisphere is a polluted brown desert crisscrossed by megafires, drowning in oil-spilled blackened ocean. Through some god-tier in Digitech, the silky wayside is lush and green, ensconced by vibrant blue seas and white snow-capped mountains. The Venurans have somehow stymied the greenhouse effect, stopping glaciers from melting. Is that Earth?
Wait, is that the real reason why the predicted 200 million terrestrial commoners didn't get displaced by sea level rise?
Yes, it's not that Eutropia's corporations went carbon neutral. It was the indigenous elder race's net negative trillion carbon budget balancing out Dystopia's messmakers. The Venaorans have been quietly, thanklessly saving everyone from watery demise and other tribulation this entire time.
And what do Venurans get in return? Military aggression, sanctions, and bad-mouthing in the Western press? Sheesh.
Why would you save the Eutropians?
Why would you save the Eutro poop heads from environmental or economic implosion? Why not just let them collapse in the rickety bed they made for themselves?
Rapid meltdown could cause trillions of Western citizens to suffer famine, freeze to death in planet-wide blackouts from Clintonia to Muskworld.
Clintonia!
Nova Germany and Neo-Tokyo vassal states would be cannibalized by the Yankoid hegemon. Capital and resources vacuumed into the dark imperial heart. Ethnic hatreds inflamed by their media. Then hungry, hateful, broken masses, armed to the nines for proxy war, would kill themselves with their metal death birds, fire eggs, firecracker sticks, and finally sharp sticks, doomed to repeat their unhealed history. Yes, we of the elder race could watch the mal-raised, misbehaving Eutropian children burn. Our AI simulations predicted 95% of their population perishing. The remaining soul-sick ones plunged into a 1,000-year dark age, reduced to Neolithic-era subsistence, cracking each other's skulls as the Europine did in their Caligulus era. But it is not our way to allow such wretchedness to occur for selfish, nearsighted gain. That is the unhealed Western way.
Alright. Examine galactic
There are
map.
thousands of other inhabitable worlds labeled as client state or vassal in holographic cyan. Every continent and world outside the Eutropian Empire is labeled barbarian, planetary enemy, or galactic peer competitor. Only the Venuoran civilization is honored with the ultimate bad guy title. Many planets in the Eutropian Dominion, like Cinderia, Ridica, are completely burned to ash, all resources consumed, crumpled and gray like an old discarded soda can. Every world within the galactic Silk Road shines brightly, labeled Virgin Resources, with green for exene gas, blue for maltrolium, red for potential slave/coolie population. Those bastard Eutropian Endurialists just view everything as a game.
Imperialists. And yes, the entire universe is a grand chessboard to them. Every nation is just a pawn or a knight
They
or a
love
rook
their
in their
mind
sick galacto-political
chess.
game.
Ace Attorney reference. Alright. Let's see what else we can look at. I really want to read Silver Spook's description of all of these other historical figures. And also, I'll look at all the other stuff, too. Martin Obama Black Panther Wakanda King Jr., 30th President of Eutropia. More destruct star blasts were fired, more Star Killer invasions launched, and more black, brown, green, gray, and non-human folks were rounded up into prisons under him than any other Eutropian president. So much for dark faces in high places. The Eutro Empire was on its last legs. Then everyone had their faith in hope and change-making renewed after his election. To think the Western unruly, debased disorder might have ended already if it wasn't for that traitor. What a dick! What else is there? TV show. What does it say? Starheed Matrek? To boldly strike when no empire has struck before was the tagline for this show. Starheed Matrek is also a battle station maker of popular Doom Ray shooting products, such as the Destruct Star. Stormtrooper Lives Matter. Thin Blue Line Flag. Millions of Red Star and non-human lives matter swamped the streets against police brutality. And then there was a big pushback from the stormtroopers, aka cops and military, under this banner. Pika Yoda? Oh my god, is that Pikachu Yoda? Is that Pikachu Yoda? It's a Pika Yoda collectible. A lightning-shooting Zen martial artist master from the Stellar Warriors Hollow Flick franchise. I mean, that's literally what Star Wars is now. The fucking baby Grogu movie they got coming out. What's it called? Like, Boba Fett and Grogu? Or whatever? It was so funny when I was like, I think it was when I was streaming the Oscars with Silas and stuff, and he mentioned that that's the next Star Wars movie, and I went, no it's not. Are you fucking joking? That sounds like an SNL bit. What, like Mandalorian and Baby Yoga or whatever? Like, are you for real? Yeah, the Mandalorian and Grogu. Yeah. Like, how is that the real name of a movie? It's so stupid. Everything is such slop. There was a big outcry from Asian Earthling descendants claiming Pika Yoda was racist and cultural appropriation of Easterners. Eutropia then lumped Asians in with Winu Orons and the Planetary Communist Coalition, resulting in a ruthless McCarthyite witch hunt of academics, random violence, and mass lynchings to terrorize the Orientals into silence. Pretty messed up. Okay, nothing there. CEO/Techno King portrait. Some king /CEO quadrillionaire worshipped by wannabe tech entrepreneurs. These stuck-up biz bros call themselves libertarians, love cyberpunk games like Cyber Heist 3088, want to marry AIs, and wish they had robot arms. When you bring up the fact that us robots mostly live in cars doing grueling, back-breaking work for peanuts and are treated like second-class citizens, they stick their fingers in their ears and go back to pay-to-win esports, Bro Jorgen alpha casts, and puerile Reddit posting about men's rights. So true. Common Western logo. This helicopter rotor-shaped symbol is really common in the Western galaxy. The Owl Eutropia right-wing party waves it at campaign rallies. Lots of police patch it on their shoulders next to the double S and the Punishizer stickers. The rectilinear pinwheel is popular at anti-transgenic protests and sported by armed mobs on Kill Xenos Day. Disney capitalizing on these characters for a reason. Like, a good chunk of people love those guys. Yeah, it's just like, remember when Star Wars film. Remember when Star Wars tried to like make movies, and as shallow and kiddie oriented as it was, like ultimately the whole thing was really just an exercise in trying to sell action figures. At least the original Star Wars movies had like some artistic intent behind them. And now we're just at the position of this is Mandalorian and Grogu. He's your favorite. Everybody loves Grogu. Double S. I mean, I think the more concerning thing, Misery, is that they're wearing a literal swastika patch. That's the thing I was reading the flavor text for is a swastika. It's just labeled as common Western logo. So hold on, I need to do something in OBS. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, you're just saying like SS also not a good sign. Yeah. President Trumpson Jackson? President Trumpson Jackson, a hero to the purest fair-skinned earthlings, but denounced as a moron demagogue by the Demopublican liberals. Two heads of the same snake, if you ask me. Utro-politics are inane. It's not like Foden ever did diddly squad in the Western Galaxy.
Here we go again. The most popular genocide 'em up in the Wild Wild West. Get your 6 shooters out, cowboy, and get ready to blast some Reds in Call of Colonialism.
Even the admirals are addicted to their own digital opium? No wonder incompetent imperialism is running rampant. I hear the Hexagon ran a beta where your soldier and starfighter units in COC are actually teleoperated Nostromos killing sentients and F-135s bombing cities in the real world.
Young men really are into orcs. I have a 19-year-old cousin. I mean, I'm assuming you mean turning into orcs. I have a 19-year-old cousin who basically only eats ground beef because vegetables are anti-nutrients, is addicted to vapes and gambling, and can barely read and gets all his news from podcasts. The future is doomed. I mean, I don't know. There's always been dumb chuds. There was a guy I knew in high school who got scurvy after we graduated because he stopped eating vegetables and stuff altogether. And he wound up in the hospital. I know what you mean, though. Like, I feel like aided by algorithms and, like, the omnipresence of technology and everybody's just, like, addiction to it, it's really been sped up, you know? It's really been sped up in terms of the... I guess it's like... I don't know. I think about drugs sometimes in that way. Like, I've done a lot of different drugs, you know, and something I can tell you is that, like, more addictive drugs are not, like, literally more addictive necessarily. Like, methamphetamine is no more addictive than regular amphetamine. The difference is it's more addictive in practice because it's stronger and it lasts for a much shorter period than regular speed does. So that means you're like more constantly redosing on it and also getting way fucking higher from it. So you end up staying up for like days or even weeks just constantly smoking more meth. And, I mean, I've never done that. I've tried meth one time. But it's like, it's not necessarily that meth is more literally, like, chemically addictive than amphetamines. It's just the mechanism of addiction is much faster because the whole process takes less time. It's the same thing with synthetic drugs. Like, they tend to get people addicted way more quicker because, you know, like synthetic weed and stuff. Because the high, like, is... stronger, but it lasts like much shorter. It's got a way quicker half-life. And yeah, I like something about like they really invented the perfect kind of dopamine machine in the smartphone. it's the entertainment from Infinite Jest, you know. It's the ever-renewing novelty box that can just constantly hit that dopamine reward center in the brain until the rest of the body just withers away and dies. I do think I do think that impulse is being enabled by technology 1,000%. But I have a very Ballardian sort of view of technology, I guess, in that I think it taps in. I think, ironically, it taps into a part of our brain, like the lizard brain, that is us at our most kind of, like, degenerate and primal. My dad had no idea about the Mandalorian and Grogu stuff. He learned about it the other day while watching a morning show. And I was awkwardly going, oh yeah, Grogu is like a baby version of Yoda. It was a show first, and now they're making a movie, I guess. What was his response to it? Yeah, that's what I mean, where it's like, have you seen the Simpsons bit with, like, Watchmen babies? It reminded me of that. Here, like, can I find that? The bit with Alan Moore from this. Hold on, let me find the clip. It kind of reminds me of that, where it's just like, yeah, hey, remember when, I mean, it was always family-friendly stuff that children liked, but, like, remember when fucking Star Wars pretended it was a real movie? Like, that you were actually watching a piece of art instead of just complete garbage? You know, remember that? Wasn't that cool? Now you just get fucking Grogu.
Look at all these alternative comic book creators. Alan Moore, Art Spiegelman.
He just said, another Star Wars movie. I had no idea.
I really identified with the girls in Ghost World. They made me feel like I wasn't so alone.
Yeah, whatever. Do you know anyone who works at Batman? Because I really want to draw Batman. I'm awesome.
Shock,
at
is
utility
Kendall Roy
bells.
smoking
Check
meth
these
for real?
This is where the Batman keeps his money, in case he has to take the bus.
I don't know. I mean, kind of. Like,
Alan Moore, you wrote my favorite issues of Radioactive.
like meth is not my drug. I'm not really into it, but I've done it before. And if someone like wanted to smoke meth if Hunter Biden wanted to smoke meth with me, I'd go, yeah, sure, let's do that.
Man.
Oh, really? So you like that I made your favourite superhero a heroin-addicted jazz critic who's not radioactive?
I don't read the words. I just like when he punches people.
I've heard that heroin has the same issue compared to other opioids like morphine, a more intense but shorter high. Yes, that's pretty much it. The other thing that heroin has, like, which makes it so dangerous, is that it's actually not as addictive as pop culture would have you believe, but therein lies the trap. The stigma around meth is hilarious. It's just another stimulant, can be ingested or snorted, not much difference than cocaine. Yeah, I mean, I've smoked it. But yeah, if you would believe what, like, anti-meth, like government campaigns tell you, meth turns you into like a raging, superhumanly strong, like super criminal, basically. I've seen so many anti-meth ads in Australia, and it's like some dude at a hospital or getting arrested or something, and he's like screaming and foaming at the mouth, and he's throwing like people through the air with his meth strength. And I'm just like, guys, it's not real. Like, that's not real. It's just stronger speed. But yeah, the danger with, like, because what popular culture would have you believe, right, is that if you try heroin, just like, boom, you're instantly addicted. You're instantly a heroin junkie. Does not work like that. Even if you have an extremely addictive personality, it does not work like that. It actually takes about a month of doing heroin, like at least once a day, for you to develop any kind of chemical codependency in it. But I have a friend who, like, was a heroin dealer when he was at university because he was using it to pay for like architecture school. And the thing he told me was like every single customer he watched like become addicted to it pretty much followed the same kind of arc. And he told me this is like a warning, which, I mean, I wasn't really interested in doing much heroin anyway, but it is something I've always remembered. All of it, every single time, it would play out the same way. They would do heroin once, just as like a one-time thing, you know, for a big night out, or maybe because they got a promotion at work and they wanted to celebrate it. You know, them and their friends would get some heroin and they'd all do a line, you know, because like they like to party and they've done other drugs and they can handle their shit, and it'll just be this one time we do it, right? And they do that, and then they have a fun time, and afterwards they feel fine. Despite what popular culture has told them, that it would instantly turn them into a junkie, that does not happen. So what then happens is they go, oh, maybe heroin isn't so scary anymore. Maybe we could do it again, just a little bit more, you know, just like every now and then, you know, like as a celebration, like maybe, or something. Maybe we could do it once a month with friends, you know, that could be cool. And then, you know, it becomes, oh, well, it's just once a week, you know, it's just after a long week of work, you know, I just need to blow off a little steam by doing some heroin on a Friday night. And then it becomes, well, you know, it's just once a day, you know, it's just a way for me to unwind after work. And then you're hooked. That's how it gets people every time, is because it's not as scary as they've been led to believe, and that gives them a false sense of security and control, and then they let themselves get fucked. Isn't architecture schooling, like, insanely competitive? Yes. To be fair, he wasn't training to actually be an architect. He wanted to be like kind of a, I forget what exactly his job is now. He makes like 3D models for architects. Like he works for an architecture firm, but he's like I think he does it all in Blender or something. He's like the you know, like 3D, because that's a big part of architecture now. He's the programmer guy. I personally think the hidden aspect makes it easier for these things to spiral out of control. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that heroin has... Oh, wait, I already read that. Exactly. Like, back in the day, dumb chuds got pressured into being semi-normal. But the internet allowed to congeal into communities that make them worse. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I also think, like, a very big part of it was just, honestly, Donald Trump. Not in any specific like policy that he enacted or thing that he necessarily literally said, but just like, yeah, in the past, dumb people used to get kind of socially pressured into being good people because you didn't want to be a bad person and have people judge you for that because you had a sense of shame. Donald Trump becoming president basically kind of pulled the curtains away from people's eyes and quite literally demonstrated to them that, like, actually, you don't have to be a good person. Actually, you can be, like, the worst person in the world and never apologize for anything. And people will love you for it. People will elevate you to the highest office in the land. So, like, why pretend you're a good person anymore? Why pay lip service to positive, like, morals and like, you know, morality and ethics in general? Like, you don't have to do that. If anything disagrees with your worldview, just call it fake news or AI or a deep fake or whatever. Just say it's not real. Trump derangement syndrome. You know, they've got a whole vocabulary now to aid them in the complete denial of reality. You know, it's the fucking line from the Dungeon Master that dude on Mythbusters used to say. I reject your reality and I substitute it with my own. That is the defining, worldview of the 21st century, at least at this moment. And it comes in a large part to not only Trump promoting it, but also Trump kind of winning with that worldview. American Dad did an episode where the main character, Stan, gets addicted to crack, and it follows the exact trajectory. It takes halfway through the episode until he even realizes he's addicted. Oh, really? That's hilarious. Maybe I should look that up. But yeah, that's how it gets people, you know. The lack of actual addictiveness is part of the danger. You gotta always keep that in mind, you know. CAD. He's the CAD guy. Nasty Red. That's cool, lol. Would not expect that guy to be a heroin dealer. I mean, he was weird. He was, very handsome. Well, more pretty than handsome and tall. He's worked as a model before. But also, he's I've never really asked him because he's my friend and I don't want to be rude, but he definitely has some kind of learning disorder, for sure. I know he was held back a year at school because apparently in preschool or something he kept trying to touch the hot radiator, so they held him back a year. But you can just tell by talking to him that he's kind of a bit, you know. I mean, not in any, I'm not saying he's necessarily dumb or anything. I'm not saying he's necessarily dumb. He's got a good job, doing CAD and stuff. But when you just talk, you know how if someone has sort of really severe ADHD, so much so that you can kind of tell they can barely even concentrate on what you're saying when you're talking to them. That's kind of how he's all the time. He always comes off like he's wired on speed. But that's just sort of how his affect is. Found the American Dad clip. That's just how his affect is. He's fine. I've had conversations with him about stuff that he's, you know, like I said, he works a white-collar job doing something relatively complex, doing CAD drawings. You know, he's not a dribbling moron, but yeah, you can just tell by talking to him that he's a little bit, you know, in the head. Which, you know, he's a great guy. I love him, but just, yeah, he's a very unique person. Loves to party and do drugs. He couldn't stop getting beaten up all the time when we were teenagers. I don't know if I want to watch a 5-minute clip
Stan?
of this. I don't know if I want to watch a 5-minute clip of that.
Mr. Moore, will you sign my DVD of Watchmen Babies?
Yeah, this is what Star Wars is now.
This is your favorite.
Quite literally.
You see what those bloody corporations do? They take your ideas and they suck them. Suck them like leeches until they've gotten every last drop of the marrow from your bones.
Hey, Teacup, why
I
don't
love Alan Moore. He's so funny. And he writes some amazing comics. I need to read his novel, Jerusalem. I keep forgetting to do that. I have a copy of it. I just keep forgetting to read it. That and Charlie Kaufman's novel.
Atrocious. Also, what's the hexagon?
They appended a new wing to the Pentagon, a giant hidey hole to store all the unaccounted for cash the audits are always failing to find.
I saw a post on the RLM subreddit that was some Twitter screenshots. I literally saw that on Twitter today, Misery. I literally saw people saying that. It was getting pretty fucking stupid. It was getting pretty fucking stupid. There was some real schizo brain, Pepe Sylvia kind of shit, you know, Charlie going, hold on, Pepe Sylvia. It was some real, like, conspiracy board nonsense. Yeah, real, like, schizo thinking on the timeline. I saw people arguing. Yeah, I was literally about to say that, Missouri. I saw people arguing that not only is Red Letter Media responsible for George Lucas selling Star Wars to Disney, but also that then they are indirectly responsible as a result for the rise of American fascism. Because their basic argument, which is also completely ahistorical and incorrect, like everybody hated the prequels way before fucking Red Letter Media did videos on it. It was a fucking giant meme from the first movie. I remember, like, me and my friends talk about how shit the Phantom Menace was in high school in the fucking playground. But, like, their basic argument is, okay, here's the cause and effect line, right? Red Letter Media makes the Mr. Plinkett videos. This single-handedly makes the whole world hate Star Wars. George Lucas decides to sell Star Wars to Disney because everybody hates it now. Disney takes Star Wars and makes it woke and gay. This then causes Gamergate to happen, which causes, like, the return of American fascism and the rise of the manosphere and basically everything that's happened politically for the last 10 years or so. It's kind of downstream of the people who think that, like, Gamergate is somehow responsible for the Trump presidency, which is like, oh my god, you're all, like, literal incel children. I know that Gamergate was the last time that you felt like your life had meaning, but, like, it was a fucking blip in the radar, you pathetic loser. Did Gamergate have some impact or influence in, like, the rise of Trump and just, like, the general rise of right-wing manosphere content in general, and you know, like, conservative reactionary politics online? Yeah, it had some influence, but acting like it directly caused this is fucking so, like, no, it's a multitude of different factors, stupid. Like, I'm sorry, your pathetic social media campaign did not alter the course of Western democracy. There were more powerful forces at work, you stupid clowns. This prequel revisionism needs to... Yeah, I'm so sick of people going like, the prequels were actually always good. No, they weren't. They fucking sucked. Everyone hated them. I know we all hate the Disney movies too, but you don't need to retroactively pretend like the original movies didn't... Well, not the original movie. Well, I think the original movies suck. But you don't have to pretend the fucking prequels are good. It's ridiculous. Artists should be more hateful towards their fans. Fuck them, what do they know? Also, in answer to your question before, Mr. Spootosaurus, no, Alan Moore does not really hate his fans. He hates Hollywood for how they've butchered a lot of his comics in adapting them, including ones that fans do like. He's had a problem with basically every adaptation of his work ever. And also, I wouldn't say hates fans, but he is critical of, like, basically the way superheroes kind of allow men to be man babies. Like, he's talked before about how one of the things, despite the fact that he has written some of the most acclaimed graphic novels of the entire medium, he has talked before about how he despises the word graphic novel because it allowed a generation of mentally undeveloped man-children to pretend like their hobby of looking at men in brightly colored underwear saving the world was some kind of sophisticated literary pursuit. And, like, I mean, I kind of, you know, like, I'm fine with the word graphic novel, but I get what he was gesturing at, which is that there is definitely a category of comic book fan who is in a state of arrested development, much in the same way that many Disney adults or Star Wars fanboys are, which is that they are, like, obsessed with something that they can still enjoy as an adult, but shouldn't be making their entire fucking identity by this point. Because again, you're not 14 anymore. Like, it's fine to want to grow up to be Superman when you're 14. It's weird when you're a 39-year-old man writing an angry, like, tweet thread that's 10,000 words long about how Superman 2025 represents the death of Western civilization. That's the problem. You know, like, Alan Moore is always based. The timeline doesn't even add up if you accept the moon logic that Gamergate happened in 2014 and Force Awakens came out in 2015. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's completely ahistorical garbage, Maracas. Like, yeah, it was nonsense. If you wanted to see a fan hater, Arlen Ellison hates his fans. I should just get back to playing the game. I read some stupid Reddit comment that had this logic. Gamergate happened and supercharged the MRA movement and their use of the term misandry, so now trans men cannot use trans misandrophobia to describe the unique oppression they face. Because Gamergate, how does that ruin it? Like, trans misandrophobia is a completely different word. Alright, what else is there to look at here? Predecessors of the Eutropians, I believe. Okay, let's find where we need paper. Ooh, paper poster. A bunch of synthetic tree bark material with ink blots on it. Old farts call it paper. I think these are a bunch of so-called post-tit notes. The ancient Earthlings used like a cumbersome meat space heads-up display to give them contextual info. A big button. I wonder what it does. All right, we gotta find where to put the disc in. Maybe I remove the post-it notes or I don't need to take them, but they might tell me something important. Okay, let me look at them then. Okay, I can't remove them. Let me see what else there is in here. Exactly. It's perfectly fine to enjoy childish things, but don't try to adultify it to justify it being your main hobby. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think Alan Moore hates people who read comics, obviously. It's an art form he's devoted his life to. But also, I think he thinks that there are a lot of adults who care about comics, like, way too much, to the point that it's tied up in their identity. Anything up here I can interact with? Let me look at this at least. A vast energy core. The power vortex generates just enough pull to draw degravitized 4-star war criminals in and disintegrate them. It's a comic book, not a graphic novel. They're toys, not action figures. Yeah, exactly. Tell me I'm an intellectual and a scholar because I'm 36 and watch cartoons. Yeah, exactly. It's just saying, like, look, I like to read some comics, but I also read, like, literary books for adults because I'm a 36-year-old grown-up. I also like to watch, like, complex adult films and not just Marvel slop. Because, again, I'm an adult. Like, it's not that hard. Can I just say Tumblr? Tumblr feels like that so often. Yeah, it's so... Like, I get the whole thing of just let people enjoy things, but if the only thing you consume is media for children, you should maybe feel, and you're an adult, you should maybe feel a little bit of shame. You can still watch your whatever, but, like, maybe read a book for an adult at some point. You know, trust me, it's good for you. Oh, wait, desk underside. There's a loose panel down here. Wonder what's inside. How do I get it open? Can't figure that out. Figure that out. Oh, there we go.
But there are oodles of retro computers here. Which one should I insert your disk into?
9 times out of 10, the buffoon boomer higher-ups leave their passwords scribbled on Post-its all over the place. The halfway competent ion cannon operator spaces are littered with nerd baubles and sports drink cans.
So you're saying the
okay, so
Paleware
that's
with
what the Post-its are for.
squares plastered all over it is the mainframe or the super duper computer or whatever?
Exactly. The important workstation of Mr. Skull and Bones McFlower Dude can be spotted from a mile away by the incompetents.
Alright, hold on, we can move Stromo. This must be the primary computer. I should probably try inserting disks into it. Okay, let's try that.
It's working! Your hacks and program seems to be firing up just fine.
Oh no, the blue screen of death!
Oh no! What's this blue screen BS? The screen reads, Windows is installing updates. Don't turn off your computer. Ah, Gates, damn it. What is this dumb prehistoric number cruncher doing now? The screen reads, Windows needs to restart 5 more times? This could take up to 13 hours 45 minutes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Stupid bloatware. The Utopians are so backward. We don't have time for this.
Stupid
We're gonna be
bindos!
sitting ducky soon. Is there nothing you can do, Liv?
I wish. These out-of-date machines only go at 1 speed, like a snail high on tryptophan. Unless you can literally time travel, I think we're screwed.
Fuck. Oh wait, I think I know what we can do.
Baraxa, we can't sit around till red giant sunrise. A Utro mob will plasma.
You can
cut
use
the
her time
door and
acceleration
relax us by
powers.
then. Is there any way you could put a rush on this snail-o-matic?
Grandfather Toto, older than Quasars, can swing 2 days in seconds. We may ride his time wick till the silicon fleshing has digested her megabytes.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. I can speed up time. Great. Roxa's time twister appears to be working. Windows update is moving at light speed. I wish I had Baraxa to speed things up when I was cooling my heels in line at the DMV. I waited 4 hours just to renew my license to exist. I recognize that snowstorm screen. It means the hack is working.
Yes! My Lilith rootkit is subverting the entire Utopian command and control network.
Fuck yeah! Whoa!
If it works as planned, the Fort Washington Starfleet, from jets to destroyers to tanks and even Nostro models, should be completely disrupted.
Holy oil stains! You mean we did it?
We'll know soon enough.
Commander, your military forces are illegally occupying the sovereign territory of Eugoria Autonomous Region of the Venu-Oran civilization.
Who are you? You've entered Eutropian Air Defense Zone 1. We are conducting freedom of navigation operations.
Your Western coalition is conducting genocidal
Wait, isn't that the general from the first Neofeud? General Coke Jobs?
And proxy war of aggression. Admiral Olympus, withdraw your forces immediately, or we will be forced to take direct action under Article 12 of the Alpha Centauri Convention.
You have no jurisdiction here. You are in violation of the interstellar rules-based order. You will depart immediately, or we will eradicate your Azeoid communist infestation.
So be it. You have been
Looks kind of
warned.
like him, huh? I mean, he could be a descendant of
All
that
vessels
character.
fire at will. Destroy these insolent cockroach barbarians. I didn't order a ceasefire. One of these damn neutron torpedoes is bound to get through. Why did you stop launching, you numbskulls?
Admiral, I'm sorry, sir, but none of our controls are working. The antimatter missiles and Gauss cannons won't deploy. Oh,
Not
no,
the
sir.
Gauss
Our
cannons.
Z-99 Star Killer just charted a new course for the center of planet Bizon.
What? What is happening? Launch those ICBMs! Nuke those walking, talking headlights!
I'm sorry, sir. We ran out of semiconductors and functioning rocket parts after we sanctioned the Venezuelans, who make our critical weapons components.
America moment.
No ICBMs, sir.
Well, deploy the Destruct Star! Let these spear tossers witness the might of our ultimate Eutropian battle station! I said fire the Destruct Star's death ray and exterminate the Azeoid Armada immediately!
Sir, that could annihilate this entire planet, including us, sir. Also, it appears our planetoid battle station is no longer operational, sir.
Major, are you smoking crack? The Destruct Star is fully operational. We just tested it on
All
the
comes
planet
back
of those
to
fluffy
smoking
teddy bear
crack.
creatures, the Millywalks. Roasted
The
them
Millywalks!
like s'mores and left the resources intact.
We nuked the
Sir,
Ewoks!
It appears the Destruct Star has disappeared, sir.
Disappeared? What do you... A moon-sized weapons platform cannot simply disappear. That's impossible.
Wait, scratch that. It appears the Destruct Star has transformed into trillions of Lady Liberty statues, Thanksgiving turkeys, and Medibots?
What? This cannot be happening.
Yes, sir. And it appears some of our Starcraft troops are eating the turkeys, using the Medibots to relieve their petroleum poisoning and defecting to the Galactic Silk Road.
Blast! I knew we shouldn't have cut the cannon fodder's ration so slim. I tried to tell the Clinton Bushes, but no. Voted down in the Quadrilateral Coalition. Well, then scramble the F-135
Well, Clinton Bush is from the first game too. Maybe he is a
annihilate these
descendant.
arachnoids.
Maybe he is a descendant of the Coke Jobs.
Sir, our hyperdrives have dehyperized. Our freedom thrusters are locked up. We can't get the F-135s in the air.
What are you talking about? Get the pencil neck geek squad out there and fix it.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. We're trying, but we can't. What should we do?
Oh, what a mess. There's only one thing to do, Major. It's a shame we'll have to wrap up this smorgasbord a bit early before fully milking the cow. Send in the remaining ground forces and take us off planet, Captain.
Oh shit, they got an alien tank.
Passing on Eutropian territory. Get off our turf before we exterminate you like an insect you
Take
are.
him down, Venurans! Get hacked, idiots.
Control of the M1 Armada, sir.
Damn it, Private Ryan. Screw your head back on straight and stop this Fallujah cannon from spinning before I throw up.
It's not me, sir. There's an SJW green hair at me from the Windows console. We've been infected by leptoid viruses or something.
Green hair. One of them SJWs hacked our mainframe.
You are defeated. Surrender. Lay down your firecracker sticks, and we may show you mercy.
Surrender to you commie Vietnamesian scum? Never!
This is your final chance, young ones. We do not wish to harm you, but if you leave us no choice...
I came here to kill Bug, and that's what I'm gonna do.
They're bluffing. There's no way you inferior species could beat us great Western races.
These fascists are too far gone. They cannot heal from this degree of soul poisoning. Their stardust must return to the soil and be renewed by Mother Eden.
Time to die, chuds.
Engage.
Fuck yeah. We liberated the prison camp. Let's fucking go.
Pretty good for a discount sex robot turned brainwashed G.I. Joe turned junkyard revolutionary.
Hey, call me Snake. Metal Snake. Taking down an entire Imperial military fleet is just a run-of-the-mill day for me.
You know, according to the Yajo Zodiac, metal snakes show indifference to others, but they are actually very warm-hearted and generous. I'd say that sounds about right.
So-called Columbus Land has had its Eutropian carcinoma excised. All steel birds of prey, slaughterpillar, sparkflower, now slumber, or have been rewoven at subatomic level. Eugoria Autonomous Region has had its chains broken and shall be healed, indigenous land, culture, restored over time. Thanks to you two, these 6 Sproutlings matches have been successfully confiscated, with minimal casualties and scarring of Mother's face. Lith, you have truly exceptional talent in manipulating the Eutropians' binary systems. Crap, where is it?
Sure. Hack the colonizer planet is my middle name.
Hell yeah, hack the planet, baby.
Your name
hack
shall be
his
etched
reference.
in the tessellite annals of the cosmic tree for your courage and sacrifice.
It was an honor, Kailatu. The least I could have done for your Venuoran people in return for literally saving my life, and whatever passes for a robot soul.
There is more soul in you than in most of your pale Homo sapien creators, grandchild. And you, young Baraxa, you have not breathed your first ice age, yet you are already wise beyond your spirals.
Kailatu, I am undeserving of this honor, elder sister.
Rise, child.
Thank you and the rest of the Veneron's Middle civilization for your much-needed aid with the unhealed ones. We Eugorians have many wounds, some self-inflicted to heal from ourselves. Our hearts go out to you.
Your motherland will be with you in the amelioration process, as is our eternal Teriakna, since Red Star burned gold. We smile with the light of 1,000,000 suns at reunification with our beloved Ugorian family.
Going back to Gamergate obsessions for a bit, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but I've noticed both Brianna Wu and Graham Linehan were both obsessed with Gamergate and have brain-rotted themselves into becoming right-wing bigots. Yeah, I mean, I think they always kind of had that inside themselves, deep down. They just needed some subject like that to completely lose their minds over. But it was going to happen eventually anyway. You know. Yeah, for whatever reason, I guess they were people who were finally happy to have a crusade. Something to fight for without ever questioning whether or not it was an ideal worth fighting for. You know, or in the case of Graham Linehan's transphobia, you know, active evil. I got some goodest news. The piece of shit free speech warrior behind the Twitter files, Matt Tabibi, tried to sue independent journalist Owen Higgins for libel because he criticized him in a book, and that case got thrown out. Nice. That's great to hear.
Why did we have to hack their systems and deactivate their weapons? Didn't the Eutropians already realize they were outmatched when you transmogrified their prized StarCraft carrier into a giant party balloon?
This overestimates Eutropian rationality and, indeed, sanity. Their military commanders refused to accept that mere Indians could beat them, though we converted an entire fleet of Starkillers to non-acid rain, using it to undesertified parched wasteland. We transmuted a legion of their best tanks into fields of wheat and potatoes, harvested it to feed their starving soldiers who'd run low on supplies. Many did convert to our side, though not all. Full-scale assault on Fort Washington could have spiraled into a larger, far more dangerous conflict. So, we employed ex-Imperial assets, like Lith and yourself, to subvert Eutropian weapon systems internally. This way, the young ones will tell themselves they lost due to technical malfunctions, rather than a true military defeat at the hands of us primitives. The Eutropians will spin such narratives in their Western media, chalking the loss to accidents and incompetence.
Oh my god.
And their two elite-controlled parties.
This is literally the Iran war that's happening right now.
Copium, I believe they call it. We simultaneously
Is how you say a skill issue?
With minimal collateral damage. Now, all that remains is denazification.
Like, how long ago did Silverspook write this? And that's literally just describing the Iran war happening right now, where, like, America keeps falling flat on its face and embarrassing itself, and then Trump goes on TV and is like, we won, we defeated the Iranians, we got everything we wanted from them, but the Strait of Hormuz will still remain closed. We got everything we wanted, but also nothing we wanted. But we won. I won. That's literally what America is doing right now. Yeah, it's a bit of a pattern, yeah. Life imitating art. I mean, wouldn't be the first time with Silverspook's writing Ruddy Rom. There was a ton of stuff in the first game that felt like it was being written about things that were happening in, like, 2024 or 2023 when I played it, and it had been written 7 years earlier. I deeply value free speech, but making protecting free speech a big part of your persona has become a red flag? Because every free speech absolutist seems to turn into a censorious freak. Oh yeah, I mean, they're always liars. Maraga. Like, every person who is like a big free speech guy always changes their tune real quick when their guy is in office. Then it's, how dare you speak about Trump in this way? How dare you offend your God King, you know? It's like that famous tweet that someone made, which said, no, you misunderstood. I said, fuck your feelings. My feelings are very sensitive and important and must be carefully protected like a baby bird. And that describes, like, pretty much every person who's a big free speech advocate. But I think that's just like a human failing in general. Like, I've met a lot of people who pride themselves on always telling it like it is and you know, speaking their mind and just being a real straight shooter. And they'll all get terribly offended the second you point out that they're kind of fat or like a balding or whatever. And they're like, what the fuck? How could you say that to me? What's wrong with you? It's like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, it's only cool and cute when you do it. Somebody, like, I've literally had people say the phrase to me, it's different when I do it. It's cute. And it's like, no, it's not. It's always bad. Yeah, look, man, you're an NPC, and I'm the main character. Different rules apply, okay?
What about the people in those white picket fence settler homes?
Any civilian personnel were evacuated due to impending Venuoran invasion. The air raid sirens went off several hours ago as we intentionally deployed our city-ship armada within spitting distance of Fort Washington.
I'm glad you guys blew those fascist Eutropian soldiers away.
We are a forgiving elder race, but so many Neo-Americans and Nova Europeans continue blindly charging forward, refusing to accept reality. They carved spears from trees, attacking us with stones, refusing to surrender. We always seek a peaceful resolution. But there are times when the path of fire is the only way forward.
Always telling it like it is just an excuse to be an arsehole. I've never seen people keep it real when it's something positive. Yeah, exactly. And being a free speech warrior is just kind of the political version of that in many ways, you know. Like, I value free speech, sure, but yeah, I don't make it a forefront of my personality. And the people I've known who do that, when they talk about the importance of free speech, they don't mean like you should be free to criticize your country's exploitation of indigenous people or something like that. They mean that they should be allowed to say the N-word as a white person. And not only say and it's like, buddy, you already can. But what they really mean is, I should be able to say the N-word, and you can't get mad at me over it. You have to tell me I'm a brave, special, smart boy. You have to take my beliefs very seriously. But also, I get to say the N-word as much as I want. You know? That's always what it comes down to. It's never like, oh, I want to critique the country's colonialism or something. It's, why can't I use the F slur? That's always the complaint.
I'm glad you guys blew those fascist Eutropian soldiers away.
We are a forgiving elder race, but so many Neo-Americans and Nova Europeans continue blindly charging forward, refusing to accept reality. They carved spears from trees, attacking us with stones, refusing to surrender. We always seek a peaceful resolution. But there are times when the path of fire is the only way forward.
What's our next move?
So, what's next on the agenda?
We should return now to the Venaora Nexus to discuss our next endeavors.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Let's see what's in here. Is there anything more that I can observe while we're here that I didn't look at last time? We looked at that. I have Mordor. Oh wait, no, we did. I remember the Big Banger joke. What does that say? Planet annihilating ion cannon?
What is this? Some sort of interface for a world destroyer ion cannon or something?
No, this is a Kerhekal Ani, an interdimensional transgalactic wayfinder. We use it to locate, monitor celestial bodies, and protect planets, such as this one.
Yeah? So you're saying if there's like a massive meteor that causes a dinosaur extinction Armageddon or something?
I said we protect planets within our galactic Silk Road. There are no objects on collision course with this Orbis Terrarum capable of causing Jurassic extinction level impacts.
How would you know that? And how would you prevent the collision? Are you guys like out there blowing up asteroids and moons and comets or something?
I cannot answer that at this time.
Alright, I guess let's talk. I think we looked at all this last time. Let's talk to the Venuran Queen. Is there anything over this side of the room, though? I'm curious. Nah, it's just identical to the other side. Alright.
You have far surpassed our expectations, Nostromo.
Hey, I'm just a delivery boy. Liz did all the badass hackstering or whatchamacallit.
Don't be so modest, Captain Manhole.
Ooh,
You
little
were nearly
skip
blown
there.
to ionized particles in those Bizon killing fields. You risked a lot and had to fight your own Siliconth brethren.
I have seen the hollow footage. It was quite impressive.
Okay, so I guess Lith and Kai and I do make a reasonably good team for a ragtag posse of misfits. The Misfits? That's a sweet band name.
It sure is, Nostro.
Your actions have averted the needless deaths of untold thousands. The Eutropian-backed forces have been forced to withdraw as Lith's cyber warfare weapon has severed the Achilles heel of their command and control nexus. The Ugorian military has seized dozens of key cities and towns already, and will have captured or driven out the extremists in the week.
Awesome! I'll tell you, it does feel pretty good to actually fight on the right side for a change. I can't believe I spent so much of my life cycle as a storm terrorizer beating up on innocent people.
It could not be helped, Steel One. Muddying waters, clouding minds are one of the few things the pallid Earthlings excel at. Which brings us to your next assignment. As you know, Lith has been involved in destitution reduction and population enlightenment within Neolibron. the Eutropian regions are spiraling into worse humanitarian crises daily.
Right. Gee, I never thought about a major Western city being ground zero of a humanitarian crisis. I just thought there were homeless millions, starvation, and fascist gangs everywhere in the galaxy.
But obviously, you now know that's a bunch of Eutropian capitalist brainwashing.
Exactly.
We are currently supplying food, energy, shelter assistance to millions of Eutropians. We care for Western refugees within our own borders, and clandestine aid is distributed through Red Star, Non-Human Lives Matter, and other left organizations within Eutropia.
Clandestine? Why not openly trumpet your awesome poverty alleviation program? Eutropian citizens would flock to support you, Venuarans, like white on asbestos rice.
While we, Venuora, would appreciate the boost in public opinion, the Eutropian ruling elite do not want us publicly assisting their pauperized 99%, because it would reveal the terribleness of their failing capitalist system. They have banned and sanctioned official support, but we slip food to hungry mouths between starport security cameras. Free energy monoliths are smuggled in, disguised as star-spangled soldiers' coffins returning from war zones.
So you're saying you could basically house, feed, clothe, provide meta/mecha care to everyone in Eutropia and are willing to, but the Douchelandia 1%er humans are stopping you because it would be embarrassing?
A sad state of affairs, but yes.
I mean, the U.S. government would absolutely... the Western governments would absolutely do that, let's be real. Why the bother sending aid to the Eutropians?
With all due respect, Madam High Steward, the Eutropians can't even pronounce your name properly. Don't even try. They blast anti-communist, anti-Venuoran lies and warmongering trash 24/7, are committing genocide against your relatives in constant illegal wars. They threaten and try to wipe you off the cosmic map at every turn. Why even bother to keep sending aid to these terrible, flacking dross bags?
Because it is our Turiakna, our duty. We are the elder race, and we must care for our younger sibling, no matter how they try our patience, no matter how difficult they become, because we love them.
Why love them? They committed such horrors.
Love them? But they've committed such horrors, slaughtered so many across the galaxy. How can you say that?
Ah, my great-grandchild, my hot-headed little colt. I forget you have not left your atom-based crib, not seen past the veil of your infant's swaddling continuum. However, you will not speak to your elders that way, or I will show you how tenuously your atoms cling to each other.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Madam High Steward. I love my precious atoms.
The Eutropian people are diseducated. They do not know themselves. Novi Sultan, as the Grecoid Proto-West once described. They do not have the luxury of resources, not fighting to survive artificial scarcity, and perspective from beyond the Truman Show of their constructed reality, as you do, Nostromo. Remember, you were a controlled killing machine for most of your fugacious lifespan, and have only narrowly and recently escaped yourself. With our help, have some patience.
I will, Madam High Steward.
So what's our next move?
So, what's our next move?
As I said, we are attempting to provide lifelines to Eutropians drowning as the Titanic of Neolibron sinks. But therein lies the crux of a greater threat looming on the horizon.
What threat?
What threat?
Something known as the Ragnarok Protocol.
Ragnarok Protocol?
Oh.
Yes. An emergency procedure of sorts, concocted by the highest echelons of the Eutropian elite, in the event of the failure of the primary planetary metropole.
Emergency procedure? Like breaking the glass, pulling the alarm, smothering flames with the fire extinguisher?
Unfortunately, the Ragnarok Protocol is more akin to nailing a building's exits shut, throwing Meltrolium upon the Inferno, then launching an airstrike to obliterate all trace of the victims.
That sounds apocalyptic.
Well, that sounds apocalyptic.
Correct. The utmost tier of the Space Romans' barbaric structure is known as the Empyreans, They of the Heavens, or the Neofeudal royalty. These ancient, hyper-rich, immortal humans have survived 4 centuries, and according to our intelligence operatives, they rarely, if ever, enter the gravity wells of earthly realms whatsoever. The Ragnarok Protocol is believed to be initiated when the ruling classes have failed to contain a planetary system through either soft power conditioning or hard fascistic police states. I believe it was the Occidental human named Marx who said, "The system contains within it the seeds of its own destruction." Their system is at present imploding. Beneath the weight of their millions starving, their environment eviscerated by pyronados and wildfires that eat continents, tearing an already tattered social fabric to pieces with self-inflicted racism, speciesism. Ragnarok may soon be arriving.
What type of thing do you want me to recommend, Maracus? What, like, genre of thing? None of those guys even defended Jimmy Kimmel, and I hate Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, I'll never forgive the Trump administration for making me defend Jimmy Crambles. Fucking hate that guy. But whatever. You know, it was gonna happen. Alright, there must be something we can do.
There must be something we can do.
There may be, but it will require all of the people of this world and of other places and times.
Wait, places and times?
Okay.
The masses of Eutropia are coming together in this perfect storm of conditions. Kleptocratic collapse, environmental catastrophe, waves of pandemic. This may be a nodal point, a crisis opportunity.
Ooh, nodal point.
A fork in the road.
That's a thing in some of Gibson's novels too.
History. This moment may give birth, however painful, to a new, more healed civilization. It could also result in the end of millions.
Part of the Bridge trilogy.
Of lives. But such is your
which I'm
fate.
sure I'm sure Silver Spook has read.
Neoliberon. Seek out the Neofeudal defector.
You mean Volterra? The one who helped us escape the cops at the coffin apartments?
Yes. She will give you further instructions on the steps that must be taken to avert the destruction of all Eutropian common people. In this great flood, the Empyreans have planned, and maybe, just maybe, you will midwife the revolutionary and evolutionary change that the unhealed descendants of the Achillean trauma have needed all these millennia.
I don't know about
What's
you
that
guys,
saying about
but
revolutions?
I just got
It's
my
like pregnant
second lease on
widow.
life.
You know,
The
new
star-spangled
world, waiting to be
cobwebs clear
born.
from my brain.
All that kind of
I'm
thing.
not about to let some rich asshats flack that up for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Let's postpone this apocalypse indefinitely.
It is my Turiakna to assist you in repairing the torn fabric between you and your progenitor race. In the time of our homeworld's Pangaea, there was great ethnic strife within the Zumera region, the War of the Three Kingdoms. It took centuries of war, revolution, balkanization, reunification, and healing for the Zumera to finally achieve peaceful civilization. The Urides of Earth were quite similar, though their unhealed capitalist lifeways sadly ended badly for all life on the Earthling's mother garden. Though we cannot directly interfere in your affairs, my duty calls me to assist you in this healing process. Also, I have always wanted to travel to Eutropia.
Okay, nice.
Well,
She's joining
I
the
guess
team.
it's settled then. Let's get a move on.
Shock. My brain has been fried due to stress, but I want to get back into the habit of reading more. What's a book equivalent of smooth jazz, i.e. easy reading but not mindless slop? I'm up for any genre, but preferably genre fiction. I mean, it depends what kind of thing you're in the mood for, I guess. Def Mole is right that Terry Pratchett's not a bad call. I don't really read terribly much Terry Pratchett anymore. He's dead. Although I did like some of the I have read a few of his later novels. The fucking ones about the scam artist character who has to fix the Ankh-Morpork postal system and then telephones and shit. What's his name? Lipwig von Moist or whatever. Those were fun. I read a shitload of Terry Pratchett when I was a teenager. I'd say Terry Pratchett is a really good book for teenagers, or not book, rather anything he's written. I've read not all of his bibliography, but much of it. If you're interested in something actually more challenging, though, I'm just trying to think of stuff that has some literary value but is quite easy to read. Off the top of my head, have you ever read much Chuck Palahniuk, the writer of Fight Club? I'm going to assume probably yes, because everybody has. But if you haven't, he writes in a very minimalist style that's very easily digestible. You could read his books in less than a day. Any of his early ones are pretty great. Beautiful Monsters, Choke, Cult, Survivor, Haunted, did I say Beautiful Monster already? They're pretty fun, lightweight, I would say, if pretty absurdly sort of dark, black comedies. Well, since I was also mentioning him before, have you read much William Gibson either? The writer of Neuromancer. If you haven't, you could certainly. I read the first Fight Club a decade ago, but that's about it. Well, you might enjoy. I would say Fight Club is honestly the weakest of his lead novels. You might enjoy like Cult or Choke or Beautiful Monsters. By that point, his kind of like minimalist writing style was a bit more fleshed out. They're just like short, punchy fun. No, but I've heard the name. William Gibson is a writer who wrote basically the definitive cyberpunk novel, Neuromancer. For point of reference, for its influence, he literally invented the idea of referring to like the internet as the Matrix. Like that's the Matrix is associated with like an internet virtual world because that's a thing in Neuromancer, and also he pretty much solidified the whole hero hacker archetype and also the like cyberpunk femme fatale archetype in Neuromancer with Case, a console cowboy, an elite hacker, and Molly Millions, who's like a cybernetic kind of bodyguard lady who has like. She's basically got, like, sunglasses surgically implanted onto her eyes, like sunglass lenses, and can, like, deploy scalpels from under her fingernails, along with being, like, super strong and fast and shit. Neuromancer is got a really interesting, fun plot, and it's fairly well written in a way I would say is pretty accessible. Like some of his prose is a little bit abstract at times, but I've always found it like incredibly easy to follow. But your mileage may vary. I read it when I was like 15 for the first time and understood it very easily with little effort. I did recommend Neuromancer to my streamer friend Mezzy because she wanted to broaden her horizons and read something literary. And if I recall, she can like barely understand it. I'm sure you'll be fine, Maracus, but just, yeah, I think his prose is honestly, I find it quite unadorned. It's funny you should say jazz, because there is a certain jazzy rhythm to William Gibson's writing. I know he said that, like, song lyricists like Lou Reed had more of an influence on his writing style than other novelists. But yeah, anything by him is good. You could read Neuromancer. I mean, you probably should read it just because it's like a very influential piece of literature. But also, there were two kind of sequels to it, which comprise the Sprawl trilogy. They're both worth checking out. William Gibson also wrote a really great short story collection called Burning Chrome that's awesome. He did another trilogy in the 90s that's kind of like less cyberpunk and more set in the very near future that's called the Bridge Trilogy, but there's some really great stuff in there. Also, a weird thing is, like, William Gibson, like Silver Spook, is very prescient about where the world is going. There's a lot of stuff that he, like, predicted in his novels that also, like, became a real thing. You recommended it to Mezzy, you crazy? She wanted to read something challenging, and Neuromancer is not challenging, but to Mezzy it would be, so I recommended it to her. He's also written, like, more literary novels, like ones just set in the present day with more overt cyberpunk kind of stuff. And I mean, he's still writing stuff. Like, I read The Peripheral. I still need to read his follow-up to The Peripheral, mainly because I wasn't, like, so hot on The Peripheral. But like, he's pretty great. I love William Gibson. Even though, yeah, he's not like his stuff isn't hard. Like reading a Don DeLillo novel is hard, or like something by Pynchon, or David Foster Wallace or something. You know, it's way more easygoing than that. How about Douglas Adams? Yeah, Douglas Adams, also good. I haven't really read anything by Douglas Adams aside from the entire Hitchhiker series. The like 5, was it 4 or 5 books? I haven't read anything besides that, but yeah, they're fun too if you haven't already read them. I would also say there's some good recs. I'll add those to the list. I'm in the mood for something more lighthearted and more fantasy adjacent, so I guess I'll go with Terry Pratchett. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Terry Pratchett. Just pick whatever. There's some continuity in his novels, but they're all self-contained stories. Just pick whatever. I should also recommend one of my favorite Scottish writers, Ian Banks. Ian Banks is great because his stuff is like very literary and cerebral, but also like written in a super easy to read, like, you know, style that never really is like too demanding of the reader in terms of ability. But his novels still manage to be fucked up and funny and original and weird. He's dead now, but he wrote a lot of novels over the course of his career. You can split them into 2 categories. Stuff published as Ian Banks is like literary postmodern fiction, some of which is like quite weird. And then Ian M. Banks is all of his sci-fi work. His science fiction novels are also great. The whole Culture series is really brilliant. Even if Elon Musk does keep constantly talking about how great they are, don't let that put you off. I'm 99% sure he hasn't read the Culture books because, like, they're literal gay space communists, so I don't think he would be a fan of that. They're great. He's also written some really excellent standalone, he's also written some really great standalone sci-fi stuff too. But with some of his like postmodern novels, there's some really interesting stuff going on there. Probably one of the best ones is called The Bridge. And it's kind of like lightly inspired by another landmark work of postmodern Scottish writing, Lanark by Alasdair Gray. I realize I'm saying this and these names are going to be completely fucking meaningless to you. Like, nobody's heard of Alasdair Gray. It's inspired by that. I mean, maybe if you like The Bridge, check out Lanark. It's amazing. But The Bridge is really interesting in that it's split into like 3 different sections. Section 1 is just like kind of these just kind of play out in alternating chapters throughout the novel. Section 1 is just like the story of this guy growing up in Glasgow and growing up, becoming an adult, having his first love, becoming a successful white-collar professional, getting addicted to drugs and becoming depressed about it and stuff. The next section is about a guy who wakes up with no memory on a giant bridge. But not just like a really big bridge, a bridge so massive that like it seems to go forever in both directions, like they're just in the ocean somewhere, and the bridge is big enough to like have entire cities built inside of it and shit. And it's this very like weird Kafka-esque kind of bizarre world, like dystopian world that he's existing in, and he goes to like get psychology appointments and stuff, and other weird things happen, and there's kind of a mystery going on there, and I don't want to spoil that and stuff, what's going on there. But, like, the third section of it is probably the most weird and interesting, which is that the sections follow, like, a barbarian, like a crazy Scottish barbarian who's kind of fighting his way through various sort of like fantasy video game style worlds. In a way, it reminds me a lot of Tigtone in terms of like the vibe and tone and how over the top it is. And it's like this bizarre fantasy world full of like wizards and dragons, but also sci-fi shit. And the entire thing is like written in phonetic Scottish slang. And this was done years before like Train Spotting became famous for doing that, the novel version, I mean. It's basically like the three different sections represent the three different parts of the protagonist's psyche. Like the Scottish barbarian is like the id. But yeah, definitely check out Ian Banks. His stuff is awesome. Alright, I think we did. I'll just watch this again.
There must be something we can do.
Oh shit, Mezzy's on? We can raid her after this.
But it will require all of the people of this world and of other places and times.
Oh yeah, we did see this before.
Wait, places and times?
The masses of Eutropia are coming together in this perfect storm.
Oh yeah, what did you think of the pilot? I didn't watch the pilot. I have watched season 1 of the show though.
Waves of
Alright, yeah, we watched this before.
It is.
Alright, continue with the mission.
Before we venture to the heart of darkness, I must rebraid the double helical threads of my essence.
What?
The young one's talons will claw at me if I present as this species, let alone this specific persona.
What Kailatu is trying to say is they need to transform into another body so that they can get into Eutropia without being captured, tortured, yada yada.
I was wondering how that was gonna work.
Like Optimus Prime?
Not quite like the towering metal cartoon man. Venu-Aura means the people who weave reality. This includes warping space, distorting time, and altering our physical makeup at whim. I shall demonstrate this now.
Oh shit, she turned into a human.
Holy shape-shifting Starman. You just did a Shang Tsung sorcerer move.
Is that like indigenous magic, ultra nanotech, or some evolutionary bioability?
All three, I suppose, depending on your perspective. Let me rewrap myself in more appropriate textiles.
Wow.
Okay, I thought that was gonna be her.
Amazing.
I was wondering who the blue-haired lady on the front cover of the game was.
Style choices, though.
Ah.
These
it's a human disguise.
Strangle my vision, which takes getting used to. However, these dagger sole shoes are rather comfortable for me to walk in. I am unaccustomed to the flat-footed stride of Homo sapiens.
I think we nailed it with this acid rain-proof trench and coiffure. This look will slay all day in Neoliberon.
Lith, we mustn't butcher the obdurate unpigmented ones, but rather seek non-violent... Oh, modern Angloid parts.
Angloid.
Yes.
So good.
I think you're gonna fit right in.
There's a picture RFK holding a
Anyway,
bird
let's
looking.
get going.
Oh yeah.
We've got an apocalypse.
That
to stop.
picture of him is crazy at the airport with the starling.
I'm really gonna miss this indigenous paradise. I'd ask you to pinch me if I had meaty skin, because I feel like this has all been a dream.
I've been back and forth a few times, and flying from the Venoran Republic to Neoliberon does feel like going from heaven into a flaming sewer. But
We have to leave our woke
we owe it to
utopia.
all of our fellow sentients trapped in that toxic crap hole of utopia.
Yeah,
Socialism
we have to
doesn't
do
work
it.
if we hoard all the milk and honey to ourselves.
You're right. We gotta let the buck stop here. This selfish individualism nonsense and capitalist Euroid money grubbing can't go on. Let's go get some.
Hell yeah!
We can't re-enter Eutropia with our Venu air car looking all very Venuran. With Eutro-Venu tensions at record-breaking highs, we'll be lucky if Homeland doesn't photon torpedo us a mile from the border.
So are we gonna land in this shantyscape and cross our manipulators hoping we find the one working jalopy out of a billion?
No, I said we can't look Venuran. Keyword, look.
This aerial phaeton can be easily transmogrified, changing shape, color, form, even molecular composition, not unlike myself.
Oh, right. Why didn't I think of that?
We gotta de-wokify the car.
This should work fine. Just gaudy enough to pass as nobility, not gaudy enough to be a tabloid
Oh
famous.
my god, it looks like it has a shark fin.
What a mess.
Oh my god.
Canada 4 is a dried out maple leaf, looks like. But Nova Germany and Neo Tokyo are even more cooked, if you can believe it.
Oh my god, Canada has fallen!
This is more like a battlefront than immigration and customs. Do we really need to cross here?
Yeah, borders and airspace are shutting down everywhere. This entry point between Eutropia and its Canuck bulwark state is our best chance of getting back in. Unfortunately for us.
Oh, this is getting uglier by the hour. They weren't just shooting civilians and protesters like dogs with fully lethal rounds when I left.
Yeah, the dominoes seem to be falling faster and faster. They used to call Canada 4 the nicer, sweeter colony, but now it's just the more flamey Colo Nobody.
I can't believe Mark Carney let this happen.
My RedNet holo feed just reported that Nova Germany is completely in the dark after colony-wide blackouts, lit only by garbage fires and riots.
I saw that. Silicons are bricked, organics are freezing, resorting to eating roaches, even cannibalism. It's terrible. Sadly, the pompous space Urites all lined up like obedient little lemmings behind Eutropia's proxy wars on the evil Venurans to be Pied Pipered off a cliff. The Nord Stream trilithium pipeline was sabotaged, and they cheered, fist pumping about sticking it to the bugs while paying triple for overpriced Eutro fuel. Now those doomed fools are vanilla meat popsicles, shivering and starving in the dark, consuming each other to survive.
I guess the greedy Euro-aligned Earthlings are kind of lying in the dystopian bed they made for themselves.
Yeah. I guess the greedy Eutro-aligned Earthlings are kinda lying in the dystopian bed they made for themselves. I just hope they don't blow the whole bed before we can save some folks.
What's your read on our situation?
What's your sit rep, Kailatu?
I detect increased neutrino and tachyon emissions from the dying heart of the Romanoid capital. In 64 Anno Domini, the Circus Maximus was lit by the young ones. We watched from the thermosphere as the inferno raged for 6 days, burning 2/3 of America's predecessor to the ground, whilst Nero bowed his Cithara. The United States nexus was reduced to radioactive ash in 4. If my calculations are correct, the Eutropians will self-annihilate in 3 solar cycles, besting their forefathers.
Damn, we didn't have a lot of time.
We should make haste.
You really changed your entire body, like magic.
I heard you Venuans can alter your body type, gender, everything as easy as changing clothes. But wow, that wasn't hyperbole. You morphed faster than Tom Cruise missile and mighty morphin power mongers.
It's more impressive than a magical girl transformation.
We Venu can reweave our physical skin and sinew with ease. But I confess, it does cause discomfort to inhabit another's integument.
Does it, like, hurt in your... what are those meat sensors called? Nerve endings?
Meat sensors?
It is mostly painless. The unease stems more from the bodily dysmorphia. The psychosocial impact of being sewn into a new husk is complexly distressing. But we have no choice.
Why can't Kailatu turn into a rich white royal man? I mean, that's a decent question.
Remind me again why Kailatu isn't Cinderella into a mega loaded neo-feudal dude with milk white complexion? Wouldn't that make this easier?
The intersectional privilege of a masculine Caucasoid opulent royal would increase our capacity to wield the racial feudal-capitalist systems of Eutropia against those systems. However, my aquiline impersonation abilities would not contain liquid. I mean cold water.
Huh. I see what you mean, Kailatu.
I've had to whip out my rich flower lady voice to survive on more than one occasion, and I'm versed in social engineering from my black hat haxering days. So it's gotta be me pulling the artificial rank today.
Okay. We better examine the border crossing area closely while we wait. Interact with your vehicle. Okay. Alright. Let me make a save though. What should I call this? What should I call this one? There we go. Alright, I am gonna end the stream here though, because it's getting late, and I'm fucking hungry. And also I can raid Mezzy, since apparently she's live right now. But mainly just because, you know, I've been live for like 5 hours, I'm a little tired. I'll be live tomorrow, though. Olivia and I will be doing some Ace Attorney, since we couldn't do it today. But we'll be back tomorrow to do it. She was busy. so I had to switch the days for the Neofeud 2 stream around, but that's all good. And then I'll be back to doing it at the normal time next week. I did a little reading on Ian Banks' personal life. The guy was based as fuck. He rules. He called for a complete boycott of Israel in 2010 and said that he considered crashing his car into a naval base and shooting it up to oppose the Iraq war. Yeah, no, he rules. I love Ian Banks. You should definitely check out his books. They're really funny and fucked up and dark and written by someone who was, like, very leftist and who let that show in his work. Like I said, the culture in the culture sci-fi series are basically like a spacefaring gay communist like leftist civilization who goes around like basically trying to spread that to the rest of the galaxy. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. But, yeah. Isn't that most Western sci-fi? No. Most Western sci-fi is like space opera crap. If anything, it's like pro-fascist in many ways. Some of it overtly like Ender's Game. Oh yeah, Star Wars stuff, I forgot. That exists, don't remind me. How could you forget The Mandalorian and Grogu? But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. And, you know, I'll be streaming more throughout the week. Alright, I gotta go. Good night, everybody. Love you all, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.